Tennessee, Alabama. It's the third Saturday in October. You don't need any more motivation than that. What an opportunity Tennessee has to go down to Tuscaloosa and get a victory. Oh, we're going to talk about this. Welcome to the Vol Patriot Podcast. I am your host, the Vol Patriot, Patriot of the Volunteer Nation, and my co-host, J-Mello. This podcast is for the people, by the people, specifically Tennessee football, but also college football as a whole. We're going to cover weekly updates, pre-game and post-game reviews, in-game specifics, and of course, hot takes. We will talk about things that most sports podcasts are afraid to discuss. You'll hear it here and only here on the Vol Patriot Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, go Big Orange, go Vols.
Good morning, Vol Nation. I'm sure you were expecting the Vol Patriot to greet you all this morning, but he is way too fired up to deliver the information that I wanted to deliver to you this morning, and that is some fun facts about the third Saturday in October. Did you know that Tennessee and Alabama met for the first time in 1901 in Birmingham, Alabama? The rivalry didn't take off until 1928 when Tennessee was led by Robert Neyland and Alabama was led by Wade Wallace. Since then, they have only missed one game, which was in 1943, and they have played against each other every season since 1944. The third Saturday in October moniker came about simply because the two teams traditionally met on the third Saturday in October, but it didn't officially take on that name until 1939 in a game where Tennessee beat Alabama 21-0. Now we all know that Alabama leads the series 60-39, but Tennessee beat Alabama last year, and the big win was in 2022 when Tennessee beat Alabama for the first time in 16 years. This year, Tennessee goes to Tuscaloosa to face off with Alabama, but I think this year Tennessee has the best opportunity to beat Alabama at home, which hasn't been done since 2003. Now that I've given you all my fun facts and my 2 cents, I'm going to pass it back to the Vol Patriot, who has way more to say on this topic.
I want to start off by saying just how much I despise Alabama. I really despise Alabama. I despise Georgia, and I despise Florida. This week has got me fired up because I'm tired of seeing the narrative of Tennessee's quarterback, Joey Aguilar, taking a backseat to Ty Simpson. I just don't understand. I don't see it. You can't show me on film that Ty Simpson is better. If anything, Joey Aguilar not only has the more impressive resume, but he has the more impressive offense as a whole. Joey Aguilar hasn't been in Josh Heupel's system for 2 years, just marinating. No. But what did he do? All he did was show up, learn the playbook, win the job, and then go and execute on the field. Make great decisions. You can argue, which I will always argue in his defense. All the interceptions he's thrown, definitely on the receivers. Catch the ball. Don't let the ball pop out of your hands. I'd say about one throw where we can definitely blame him, but he's given his guys an opportunity to go out here and compete. Ty Simpson on the other end, he had that terrible game against Florida State, and he's had decent games and recently has had a couple of good games. I'll give him that. Joey Aguilar, on the other hand, he didn't start off cold. He came straight out of the gate, spitting straight fire. That's against Syracuse. Had the Vol Nation going crazy. When you compare Syracuse to Florida State, maybe at that time everyone was like, oh, well, Florida State by far is better than Syracuse. Their record now is comparable. I'm just saying. Tennessee's only lost to Georgia. Joey Aguilar still showed up in that game. So across the board, Joey Aguilar, pound for pound, has been a more consistent quarterback. A quarterback that I trust in any environment, any situation, at any time. Tennessee is going to win this game because of one of two big reasons. One, Joey Aguilar, and then two, defensive play calling. So let's get into the stats of some of our star guys who are just straight balling out right now. Obviously, we'll start with Joey Aguilar. He's got 1,680 passing yards, 118 completions of 182 attempts, 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. I mean, he's been balling, guys. Look at the body of work. He has just been balling. Then we look at Deshaun Bishop. Deshaun Bishop got injured last week, but according to Josh Heupel, hopefully he's starting in this game because we're going to need him. 481 yards on 63 carries. He's got 5 touchdowns. I'm gonna rattle off Star Thomas and Peyton Lewis because, I mean, without the stable of running backs that we have, guys like Deshaun Bishop aren't going to be as effective. So Star Thomas has 62 carries, 328 yards and 4 touchdowns. Peyton Lewis, you guys know how I feel about him. I think he's 1 run away from a breakout season. He's got 43 carries, 200 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Now, our receiving core, which quite frankly, guys, has gotten a little better since the couple weeks where we were just dropping the ball left and right. I feel like this past week we did a lot better job of securing the football. And how about Braylon Staley? So we'll start with Chris Brazel, 32 receptions, 536 yards, 7 touchdowns. Look for that guy to be a crucial part in this game. Braylon Staley, how about last week? How about it? Arkansas didn't have an answer for this guy. 31 receptions, 431 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. Mike Matthews, 25 receptions, 416 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then Miles Ketzelman, 19 receptions, 204 yards, 2 touchdowns. We're going to have to lean heavy on our guys across the board offensively. Our offensive line is going to have to be crucial. Joey Aguilar is going to have to make the right read and the right decisions against a good Alabama defense that I think we match up well against. And, of course, our wide receivers got to catch the ball. So, I mean, it's got to be a great team effort offensively, but I don't doubt our offense. Once they get going, it's really hard to stop them unless, of course, Josh Heupel takes his foot off the gas. So here's to Josh Heupel staying aggressive in this game, no matter the situation. Okay, guys, defensively, Arian Carter leads us with 57 total tackles. Second would come Andre Turniptine with 37. Farouk has 33. T-Lander, 33. McMurray, 30. And Spillman, who unfortunately will not be in this game because of a targeting call. You kind of hate the depth-wise. You want him available in this game. But there is hope, guys. It comes in the form of a young freshman named Pilati, number 27. This guy is a heat-seeking missile. With a little time, with a little experience, I think he's going to be a big addition to this football team. Okay, guys, let's talk a little bit of Alabama's standout guys. We'll start with Ty Simpson. He's 134 completions, 189 attempts, 1,678 yards, 70 completion rating, 16 touchdowns, and only 1 pick. The numbers will jump out to you, but don't let it fool you. He does look good, though. I will say that. Miller, however, the running back, probably not going to be in this game. Got knocked out last week against Missouri. He's got 58 carries, 267 yards, and a touchdown. The closest guy to him is Riley, and he's got 44 carries, 183 yards, no touchdowns. And the guy underneath him, Deere, with 7 carries and 85 yards and 1 touchdown. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, their running backs versus our defense. I don't know if they're going to lean heavy on the run. I assume they'll probably leak these guys out, on little screen plays and little swing plays, something in more of a read or speed type of setup there. You look at their wide receivers. Bernard has 28 receptions, 412 yards, 5 touchdowns. They're talking about this guy. He's in the top 5 best receivers of college right now. You obviously know Chris Brazel's in that conversation as well. So that's going to be interesting matchup for our defense. And they got some guys. Now, I'm not sure if Ryan Williams is going to play. He's got 21 receptions, 336 yards, 3 touchdowns. Horton's definitely going to play. 21 receptions, 270 yards, 4 touchdowns. Brooks, the freshman, he's looking pretty good out there. 13 receptions, 216 yards. Let's talk a little Alabama defense. Jefferson, their linebacker, leads them with 35 total tackles, 1 sack and an interception. Lawson, linebacker, 25 total tackles. Hubbard, he's a defensive back with 24 total tackles and 3 interceptions. He is a pest. He's one of those guys, right time, right place. Kind of reminds me of a Will Brooks from Tennessee last year, kind of how he was able to be at the right place at the right time, get those interceptions. So he's just kind of one of those dudes. And then someone I think, even though he's not the highest on the stat here, but L.T. Overton, their defensive tackle, this guy's very disruptive. He has a total of 20 tackles and 3 sacks. He's a problem down there. Look for him. I mean, he's got the experience. He's been there a little bit. He's going to be a problem, if we don't key on him and know where he's at. Their linebacker, Pierre, he's got a total of 18 And then Saab, their defensive back, 15 and 1 interception. So that's just some of the impact players and stats leaders for this game on both sides of the field for both teams. Okay, guys, quick injury update for Tennessee. Radarius Jackson, Travis Smith Jr., and Ethan Davis, all questionable. Hopefully we can see a return of Ethan Davis in this one. Would definitely help out our tight ends. As far as Jermod McCoy and Ricky Gibson, they are still out. No big surprise there. Now, going to the Alabama side, as far as the Missouri game, Jam Miller, questionable with the concussion protocol. You know how that is. Probably not going to see him in this one. But Derek Meadows ruled out of this one. That was a nasty hit last week against Missouri. So he will be out for this game. Now I kind of want to switch up the conversation. I want to bring it back towards Tennessee. And I want to address something that I've been hearing more than I think we should have been hearing. And that's Tennessee's football players and the lack of talent in the secondary. I call into different sports radio and sports talk podcasts, so on and so forth. And one of the biggest things that I consistently hear about why Tim Banks calls the defense he calls is simply because there's a talent gap in our secondary specifically. And I don't agree with that. I think our secondary is just fine. I'm not saying it's as good as it could be, but I believe our secondary is just fine. Sure, there's going to be mistakes made, but given the opportunity, these guys have and will respond as they're supposed to. But I think our defensive coordinator is playing a little scared, and that's just the truth. He's calling a certain type of game because he's afraid of what could happen. He's afraid that there's going to be a situation where in the Georgia game, Ty Redmond is going to get beat the way he got beat. As I said before, lightly. He was there to make the play. It was just a good pass to the boundary. There was enough space to where the quarterback could put it over his head, and he made the catch. The biggest issue is, why wasn't there a safety over there? If you know that Ty Redmond needed the most help, why didn't we roll coverage over there? Why? Because there was a bad play call. It was a misread. That is play calling. That is coaching. And if we're going to blame these players' talent gap or, as I say, an experience gap, whose fault is that? That our guys aren't ready to get out there day one and play. Ty Redmond, okay, freshman, so on. Colton Hood, he's doing just fine. McMurray's out there. He's been there a minute. Boo Carter's been out there a minute. I mean, I don't understand why we believe that there's a talent gap. No, there's not a talent gap. There is a coaching gap somewhere. And I don't think it's the position coaches. I think it's a coordinator gap. I think Tim Banks is mismanaging the guys that he has. And because of that, maybe he doesn't know what he has. And so he calls a certain defense because, well, I don't know that this guy can do this. I think you got to give him a chance. And the biggest thing is this. If you don't at least put your guys in a better position to help out your front four, because if Ty Simpson sees no one's there, he's going to get the ball out to him. And you're going to make him look better than what he deserves to look like. That's just the truth of the matter. If you want to give your front four or whoever the linebackers we send on the blitz, if you want to help them out, why don't you put your corners, right? Put your nickel formation, as he's been using, in a position to be successful to you. Let it be conducive to your fit. Don't take yourself all the way out of a game by dropping so far back off the line. You're ineffective to anyone. The only thing you're stopping is a deep pass, and that's at best. But I'm not going to get too far into that, guys. The truth of the matter is this. There's not a talent gap. We have to do better as a coaching staff. And this is me looking at the coaching staff on the defensive side. It's your job to get these guys ready. It is your job to get these guys ready. And then on top of that, it's Tim Banks' job to get us in the right formation and the right setup to be effective. Now, on the field, we've got to do a better job with our assignments. And alignment really kind of falls really on the coaching staff as well. So I'm going to leave that there. But our guys have got to do a better job of executing and making tackles, right? Taking on blocks and closing up the run gaps. We do that, and I think we're going to be just fine. Ultimately, guys, there's not much to talk about this week other than I don't like Alabama. You don't like Alabama. They don't like us. Let's show up and let's play our best football and let's go win. I mean, if we do these couple of things, right? If our quarterback shows up, if our offensive line gives them time, we're going to destroy their defense. I believe that. If our defense just gets an opportunity to show what they can do and we're not playing coaching scared, I think we're going to give Ty Simpson, a couple of fits. Is Alabama probably going to put points on the board? Sure. But they're not the same Alabama team they once were. I think they figured out what they want to do, and they get away with a lot. Let's just put that out there. The referees have favored them. Against the Missouri game, there were so many holding missed calls. It was ridiculous. Proctor, the hyped up left tackle they have, this guy's hands are constantly on the outside of jerseys, holding on to dear life. He's protecting his grandma back there. No one's getting the grandma, no matter what. And the referees are, once again, they're legally blind.
Cannot see, I'm legally blind. That's my story, I'm sticking to it.
Tennessee has an opportunity to go out here and get pressure on Ty Simpson and really lock him down. But they're going to need help from the secondary. So, Tim Banks, you know how I feel. I think Tennessee needs to move on. This is an opportunity to go out here and prove me wrong. Final thoughts on the day. Tennessee is a much better team than Alabama. And I'll say it again. Tennessee is a much better team than Alabama. We have the better coaching staff outside of Tim Banks' play calling. He's still a good defensive coach. There are just times where he's not. And we can't have that. But to the secondary, the Vol Patriot says to you, I believe in you. I know you guys have the talent to go out there and execute and to affect change in the secondary, affect change in this game, and give Ty Simpson all sorts of problems. I know you can do it. I know you have the talent. You just need someone to believe in you. You just need someone to put you in a position to be successful. That's football. Putting someone in a position to be successful, giving someone an opportunity, even though there are times where it doesn't seem like they can be successful. The secondary just needs someone to believe in them, guys. That's it. Guys, thank you for tuning in and listening to our podcast. We appreciate your continued support, and we appreciate you guys getting our name out there. Like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, go Big Orange, go Vols. And let's go beat Alabama down. V-O-L-S. V-O-L-S. Go Vols, go.